drained and struggling to recover. This entity has spent years siphoning blessings meant for others. But now, the energy has shifted. Everyone the entity has drained is reclaiming what was stolen. Some had believed that being in this entity's presence was a blessing. After all, the person it inhabited was well known, even famous. No one seemed to notice the pattern. Every time this entity cut ties with someone, that person was left broken. For a long time, the entity thought it had won. It had taken so much, growing arrogant, it thought it was untouchable. Using its fame and notoriety, it cast spells over ordinary people without them even realizing it. And for years it worked, until the entity did the unthinkable. Impatient and greedy, it devised a plan to use the World Wide Web to broadcast a frequency that millions would hear. It worked. People far and wide became hypnotized by the person the entity was inhabiting. But it also backfired. The more people watched, the more some began to see through the illusion. Free will had been disrupted for many under the spell's influence. It took time for the spiritual mess to be sorted out. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, months into years. Now, nearly 4 years later, the effects of the selfish, greedy demon are still being felt. But the universe never forgets. It is making sure that every soul is restored, every stolen piece returned, every individual placed back on their destined path. One major piece of the puzzle was her. We'll call her Anonymous. She was and always will be the biggest reason this entity was caught in its sinister plan. Now, in real time, the demon that caused all this chaos is finally being dealt with. He thinks he's gotten away with it. But what will the universe do next? The shift is happening faster than what the entity expected. He feels it. He feels it in his bones, though he refuses to admit it. The fame, the power, the influence, once endless, now slipping through his fingers. He casts more spells, tries to manipulate the energy, tries to grab hold of something solid. But the more he fights, the more he sinks. People are waking up. The spell that once kept them blind is unraveling. One by one, they're piecing together the truth, realizing that what they lost was never meant to be taken from them. The blessings he stole, the energy he hoarded, the souls he drained, it's all being returned. The entity panics. He turns to the same tricks that worked before. More illusions, more deception, but not this time. It's not the same. The frequency has changed. The universe has rewritten the code. And Anonymous, she watches, she knows. Because this was never just about revenge. It was never just about balance. This was about justice. And justice always collects. The demon feels it now. The weight of every stolen thing pressing back down on him. The energy once borrowed is demanding to be paid back in full. The universe has already decided. He's about to lose his shit, and there's nothing he can do about it. This story represents spiritual warfare, energy manipulation, and karmic justice. Have you ever experienced betrayal, manipulation, or loss at the hands of someone who seemed powerful or influential, but was actually stealing from you? Whether emotionally, spiritually, or even physically. The entity represents people or forces who thrive by taking from others, stealing energy, success, and blessings, while pretending to be a source of power or opportunity. It can symbolize narcissism, deceptive leaders, corrupt influences, or even systemic forces that drain people and leave them broken. Many of us can relate to feeling used, whether in relationships, workplaces, social settings, or where someone just took our time, love, or hard work and left us feeling empty. This story isn't just fantasy. It's a message from the universe, and it reflects a very real cycle of deception, awakening, and justice that we as people have experienced in personal relationships, society, and even in global events. And there you have it. The demon that thought it was untouchable. The entity that spent years taking, stealing, draining. It's finally being dealt with. It thought it won. Thought it played the game so well that no one would ever catch on. But the universe never forgets. Energy never lies. Every stolen blessing, every manipulated moment, every illusion it cast, it's all coming back full circle. And Anonymous, she was never just another piece of the puzzle. She was the key. The one who saw through the deception and shifted everything. So now, The question isn't if the universe will act. The question is when. Because justice isn't a matter of chance, it's a matter of time. And this demon, oh, he's about to lose this shit. Thank you for listening to Broad Minded. If you like what you heard here, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and always remember, go with God. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a message for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Pisces, if you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It would totally mean the world to me. O cosmic creator, source of all life and light, you're my shepherd, guiding me through every valley, every shadow. I lack nothing, for you lead me beside the still waters and restore my soul. In your presence I find peace and strength, for you're with me always. Your rod and staff comfort me, and your love prepares a path before me, even in the face of adversity. Grant me the serenity to embrace what I cannot change, the courage to change what is within my power, and the wisdom to discern the difference as I walk each day in faith. In the presence of your infinite grace, I am unafraid, for your kingdom flows through me as it does all creation. With deep gratitude, I give thanks for the miracles already set in motion in my life. Shift what must be shifted, move what needs to be moved, and illuminate my path with your divine light. Align my heart, my actions, and my soul with your will, for I know you have already provided the strength, guidance, and blessings that I need. I release all fear, and I surrender fully to your higher wisdom. May your goodness and mercy follow me all of the days of my life as I dwell in your sacred presence, now and forever. Welcome, 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 everyone. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Herb School. All right, so we have a poll question, here, and we also have a Q&A. So let's see. My chat is loading. It should have already been up, but for some reason it didn't populate the people talking. So once it does that, we'll go into that. Anyway, so one of the messages, I don't know why so did y'all do y'all check-ins this morning with yourself? How do you feel, everyone? How do you feel? Did you make sure that that was your energy and not anyone else's? How do I know I'm on the right path even when I feel stuck? That's the spiritual Q&A. Y'all can answer in the chat if you like. I don't see no reason why you can't. It's easy for you to answer, but also it will help other people. Spiritual yes or no question. Do you believe your soul chose the life path, this life path on purpose? Like the one that you're walking right now, everything that you're doing, do you believe your soul chose that? Even the weird twists and the hard parts. Because a lot of us, like me, sometimes I'll be thinking, I ain't no damn way. Like, what the fuck? But, it is what it is. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see, I see everyone now. Let's see who we have. Athena, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Love you. Mr. Steele, welcome. Thank you for being here. Love you. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. I see Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Welcome, beautiful. Love you. Thank you for being here. So if you're new to this channel, just know that we have wonderful people in the chat. And, come as you are. Just please be respectful of the people that are there. And if you need any help, they will have your back. So if you have questions, that would be the beautiful place to put it. All right, so our message this morning, what is the title? Let's see. Our title is, You're Being Repositioned for Something Greater. The path feels unclear, but your soul knows the way. So have you ever felt like you don't know what the fuck's happening in your life? Somebody crying. Who's crying? And why are you crying? All right, I feel somebody's crying. Hopefully this message helps you. And again, if you have any questions spiritually related, going into the chat. There's multiple people in there who will, address it and answer if I can't while we're here. So a little backdrop, a little background for you guys. This is Earth School. We do, and mind you, today for some reason I felt like I wanted to pull um, some cards for y'all, right? So I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to just do that right now so that way we can have those sitting here even in the process. Um, Everything may not be seen because I'm going to just say right now, everything may not be seen. There's some pieces that are left out of the puzzle, all right? It's not that the universe is trying to hide anything from you. It's just that you have to kind of tap in. And most of the time, certain things are being shown to you right in your face. And a lot of us just ignore, what is being said. Most of the time, we don't pull, I don't pull tarot on the channel, but lately anyway, because I read the universe, the things that are happening around me. I can't even make this up because literally, what did I just tell y'all? Some things are not seen. Some things may not be clear to you. This is the moon. You don't know everything. Certain things that are a written part of your DNA, your soul, your the unconscious mind. So it's like dreams, you're being told things through your dreams. We got illusions, we got intuition, and we have maybe, like I said, a little bit of deception, but it's basically maybe coming off as you want to know something, and maybe you're not getting the answers that you want wholly and completely, right? Pertaining to a person, place, or thing. For some reason, whoever's crying, for some reason, is giving me like a person vibe. May have just gone through, and it's a person. Could be somebody that you were in a relationship with, a marriage, a partnership. Um, Somebody is wanting to know, like, because it says coming home, but you could be also coming home as yourself, like separating you away from people, places, and things, because I need for you to understand what you are. Plan B is a part of the situation also, just so you know. First thing I saw this morning. Plan B. Everything may not have gone, Mrs. Steele, thank you. Everything may have not gone according to what it was that you wanted, the way you would have liked for it to go. But that doesn't mean that you're not still on the right path. All right. Anyone else having problems with something they just came across? So it could be the same issue that somebody else is experiencing and having also. But again, I would like to explain to you, I'm not a tarot reader. I know how to read the tarot. You possibly could too. So if you're liking tarot or you love tarot, I love tarot. But if you liking tarot and you love tarot, you should possibly get your own cards and, kind of pull them for yourself. And in that way, you can kind of tap into, maybe your energy as well. But for me, I read the universe. The universe is always giving us answers, is always giving us clues. So energy surrounding us right now, Two of Wands, planning for the future. Remember I said plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Detours are not delays, or detour is not denied, okay? Sometimes detours are not even delays. Y'all ever been driving on a road and now it's the same pathway that you take every freaking day to work or to, school or to wherever it is that you're going. And then all of a sudden now today out of nowhere, there's a whole lot more traffic. The highway patrolled and set up all types of different things, and now you're being detoured. Mind you, on a road that you've never taken before. And you're like, oh shit, I'm about to be late. Meanwhile, back at band camp, you get there 5-10 minutes faster than you did, before. So that could possibly be happening. A delay that is, made something holding you back, and you feel like I should be far more advanced right now. The universe protecting you from a situation, circumstance, something that could have happened to you. So you find out the detour, the delay was because there was a 20-car pileup on a highway. If in fact you had got there faster, sooner, whatever, yada yada yada, been on your destined plan or your destined road, you would have been a part of that pileup. Meanwhile, everybody died but one person. And that was the person at the beginning, maybe the person that caused the accident, because them mother suckers for some reason never ever ever end up, being what they cause. They never end up mostly experiencing, other than the fact that now they got to live with the fact that they didn't kill 32 people. So we have the moon, we have a four of wands, we have a king of cups here, and we also have a two of swords. So somebody may be feeling like they're being blocked. A king of sword, a king of cups. So there's an energy that's also behind it. If there is two kings, it could be friend or it could be an opposition. So take it how it resonates for you, because sometimes our biggest hater be somebody that we call friend, and we don't realize that until later on. But we have everybody else around us see it, and everybody says that's not your friend, that's not your yada yada yada. But we grew up with that person, or we had this experience with that person, or this person saved us from this. Meanwhile, I'm gonna say demons and devils, friends and family, get inserted into our pathway, sometimes unbeknownst to us. Like, you can't choose your family, right? You just get born into that. But it also says, I just asked you a question, and do you believe your soul chose that? So that would automatically essentially mean that you chose the demons and the devils that you encounter, friends and family. So if you were born into a specific place, but we're saying spitting, we can't choose our friends and family, but meanwhile, did we? All right, so they come in, smiling faces, because of course, when I want to, sabotage your whole entire life, your whole entire career, your whole entire foundation, um, maybe I wouldn't choose to, come in wielding my sword. That would be, it would put you on high alert and it would put you on guard. Why would I do that? I need to do it subtly. I need to do it, very tricky. So I'm going to be saying, oh, we should do this, that, and the third. I'm going to present myself as something that will get you to lower your guard. So no King of Swords around here, but there is a King of Swords energy around here. And as y'all know, if y'all come to this channel, y'all know King of Swords always gives me the weirdest vibes. But it's communication, or lack thereof. So take it how it resonates for you. We got a King of Cups here. Emotions, feelings. So compassionate, caring, affectionate, and friends. Meanwhile, either somebody's blocking a connection or you're being blocked. So these are when people say, if I was you, I wouldn't do, I wouldn't date him or I wouldn't date her because, they're not on your level, or they're not your this, or they don't even know nothing about the person. Never met the person, never, experienced the person, never nothing. Sometimes people will tell you that because they want it. And you have to be very mindful about that. Like, I don't want you to have something. Y'all ever seen on Friday, was it Friday, I think? He said it was Day. And, he might have been playing because that was his cousin, but he said, you ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it. I hope you don't get it. That is how people actually will sit on the sidelines as part of your life, and they'll be saying, oh, I'm rooting for you. Meanwhile, they're poking holes in everything. I don't know how many of y'all have experienced a situation like this where you could be friends or, family or something with somebody. And then later on in life, you find out that there was something that you wanted to do at a point in time, or there was somebody that you wanted to be with at a certain point in time. And then there was a friend or family member telling you, oh, don't do that. This person is, whatever. They're weird. They're strange. They're, a witch, whatever it is they call you, or a warlock. They're narcissists. They're toxic. All the words that people use these days, right? And then later on, you find out that that person was behind the scenes telling that person all types of negative, ungodly shit about you because they wanted to sabotage the connection. Shit like that happens. It could be like even on a job. This person is not ready for this position. Meanwhile, that person is actually lobbying behind the scenes for your position. Don't let nobody trick you out of your spot, okay? Your life's detour scenario is on point. And period, Mr. Steele, thank you for being here. I think some of us was inserted into these families because we're the only ones to break the generational curses, just my opinion. And Athena, you could very well be correct. The universe, God, higher power injects our occasion to help us be more open-minded, better opportunities or options. And period, Mr. Steele, definitely. Miss Harmon, I remember that scene, and yes, it definitely happens, and sometimes it's in your face. Yes. So, sometimes your friends shouldn't be your spouse or your partner or your, like, we don't got to be friends with the same damn people. But then that also goes into us another scenario because healthy relationships, and again, I told y'all, we have been conditioned from birth by the people that we have been around, just through society, just through life, to be a certain type of way. And so maybe the definition that we all have of love, being in love, friends and family could all be wrong. And now it is you that has to reestablish the boundaries, the foundation, the core of what these things are for generations to come. Like Athena said, breaking generational curses. So blockages could be being created by, the people, the places, the scenario, the things, like Mr. Steele said, scenarios. So a blockage being created by a place, right, would be you have already been told by the universe multiple times, it's time for you to leave this place. You're bigger than this. You have outgrown this location. You have outgrown these people. You have outgrown the box that you were placed in, right? And you keep hearing the same exact message, but you never follow through because you're afraid. Like, where am I going to go? Sometimes it is just as simple as just going. And then the universe starts to open the doors that, were needed in order for you to be safe in those places. And I'm not telling anybody anything to do. All you have to, take what you need from this message, and everything else, just go on and get. All right? Because if you know anything about this channel and you new here, one thing about me, I will go on and get. Mr. Still tell you. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite things to say. And it's funny because even now he says, some of the same things that cracks me up sometimes. But he be on point when he use it. So sometimes you're being stopped from, something that could also hinder you or hurt you. So we have to look at both scenarios. So when we step out on faith, we just basically just go, right? But even when we step out in faith, on faith, we could still make a plan. There could be a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. If you know anything about me, I also tell y'all, I plan my life out years in advance. Like, not just, weeks, months, days, years in advance. Does it happen sometimes the way I wish for it to happen? Or the way I, say it's going to happen? Exactly. Exactly to the T. Because, I'll be talking to the universe and I'll be paying attention. But other times, certain things just don't. I wanted to be in a situation married to a person for the rest of my life. Guess what? The universe didn't see it that way. The universe said, I need to show you some things about this person that, and maybe the same thing about the person. So I'm not just acting like, the high road was mine. The universe could have been telling that person, this girl's about to take some pathways that, you are probably not going to want to be on, yada, yada. Not my problem. The issue is what we thought, or the subject at hand, what we thought was going to happen just didn't, okay? So that could be the thing. You get married to a person, you think you and that person are going to be together forever. You're not. You end up with friends, and most of the time, I don't know, if this has happened to y'all also, but this is also what I told my youngest son, because I can remember it very clearly. I probably told them all that, but this is a different time. So like my oldest two kids grew up with, people who were, from my old area, right? And around that area, it's a thing. You can be friends with people for years around the area because it's a small place, right? So some of my kids still have the same. My oldest two kids, some of them have, some of the same friends. My youngest two kids, when I moved, I had to tell them something different because although this happened, it also happened to me. And mind you, I'm older than my children. I'm from the same area as my children. I'm not friends with nobody that I used to be friends with. Hey, Jazzy, welcome. Thank you for being here. So with my youngest son, I was very intentional in letting him know, he's so smart, that some of the people, because I watched them, but I let them make their own decisions. And I could see certain behaviors in some of his friends. And although, I, am a person who very enlightened, so I tell them ahead of time, be mindful that, I see this person doing this. That's showing me that they're not really in alignment with you, right? Because, my kids, the youngest two growing up, I was a different parent than I was with the older two kids. I was younger when I had the older two kids, still striving to do, XYZ. When I had the younger two kids, I was more stable, had way more money. The foundation was a little more, sturdy, right? So the younger two, I had to, but all my kids probably the same. They've always been beneficial to people because when kids come around my kids, I'm gonna do for everybody. I'm not just gonna do for my kids because I didn't grow up like that. Even with my mom, like my dad has kids outside of my mom, and my mom always said that those were her children as well. So I grew up where it was a little crazy, but also I loved the foundation. I loved that I loved her being able to show me that because it ended up later on helping me when, I had kids with this person and I had kids with this person. We brought the family around because co-parenting is a real thing. You don't have to be with a person to raise your kids. You can co-parent effectively. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Some people get jealous and they don't like the fact that, why do you have these people around this and a third? But mind you, it takes a village. Sometimes the village is good, sometimes the village is that bad, but we have to have discernment. Anyway, long story short, I had to tell my youngest son that you are beneficial to some people. I mean, you have everything. So be mindful that when you have everything, some people are going to attract to you because they have nothing. And some people that don't have nothing will come in and they will be of good character, good morals, good values. They won't try to use you, but you will still be a benefit to them, and they will also be a benefit to you because they, even though they don't have what you have, they will help you out in different ways. Other people, when they see beneficial or benefits, they try to take advantage. Okay, so he experienced what he experienced, and I allowed him to experience it, even though it was certain people around that I would say, I don't like that kid's character. Later on, long story short, guess what? But my son was always like, my friend group is stable, this, that, and the third. Lo and behold, friend group wasn't stable. He started to see things for himself. So today's spiritual message: the path may twist and turn, but your soul knows the way. You might feel uncertain or like the steps ahead are hidden, but that's only because you're being asked to deepen your trust. This is like the moon. You may not see everything. You may not be being told everything spiritually. So certain things happening in your life, you may say, why is this happening? You may not get an answer right away because if you get the answer, you could corrupt the outcome. But your soul knows the way. Your intuition, your gut feeling will help you, decipher or discern which way to go, which doors you should walk through, which doors are solidly closed, and stop pushing on them. Just let it be what it's going to be. So for some reason, it's giving relationship vibes, and I'm hearing Beyonce, the best revenge is your paper. Focus on yourself. And it's not even about somebody else, whatever, but for me, one of the biggest things that
is like a push for me always is when a person discounts me. Like people will discount you, sell you short in all types of forms and fashion, and then you end up, showing them that I never needed you to be put in a position. I never needed you to do XYZ. I wanted you here. I wanted you along for the journey. I wanted you along for the ride, but everybody has their own free will. You can't insert somebody into a place where they don't want to be inserted. We have to learn to love people from a distance. Just because a person is not doing something that we want them to do, don't mean we can't still love them. We might not like their behavior. If a person is around you and doing some things that, you may not like, you have to excuse yourself. Like, I can't be friends with you. I done also told you a story where it was a person that all they did was gossip. And I knew that if I got stuck in that cycle of continuing to allow this person to gossip around me, it was going to drag me to hell. So I moved away, and then I didn't talk to anybody. Nobody had my phone number for years upon years upon years. And then sometimes, this is another thing, we get lonely, or we start to think that, these people change, or it don't even have to be lonely. You could just, it could be nostalgia. Okay, well, maybe these people have grown since I've grown so much. Everybody's not growing on the same level and the same pathway as you, just so you know. And just because you come from the same place, grew up in the same family, grew up in the same household, grew up in the same whatever vicinity, does not necessarily mean that people are going to grow or ascend on the same level as you. People excel, way beyond you. People collapse. People die. It's a lot that happens along the journey of life. You have to focus on you. So I heard Beyonce say the best revenge is your paper. So we got a plan B, and we also have faith, right? Because one of the things that I'm always hearing on social media all the time is, we are gods, born in the image of, right? So that means that you are the creator of XYZ. You are the architect. You're co-creating with the universe, right? And so not that you are the God, but a God, right? Because to me, when you are co-creating with source, mother nature, that is its own entity, which is bigger than me, right? And so that's why that always debunks that whole thing, when people start saying, okay, well, you can't have faith in a situation. I can, and I will. That's never going to leave me, because there are certain things that I know have happened in my life, and I would have wished for it to be this way. But yet, it didn't go that way. The universe made it better. Sometimes we don't even know that. We think that, this is the next best thing to slice bread. Like, literally, this person has placed this thing. And then the universe says, you deserve so much more, though. So sometimes, like, our brains can't even fathom what the universe wants to, give us, or how the universe wants to put us in different places. People will always make you think that they are better than what they are. It's just a thing. And I ain't judging, but everybody has their part to play. And trash is trash for a reason. And some people will say, oh, these people think that you're better than them, this, and a third. Not that you're better than anybody, but you be better than some people. It just is a thing. So it's also carrying yourself with love, respect, with honor, with morals and values. It's another thing in carrying yourself with arrogance, no morals, no values, no respect for anybody or anything but yourself. There's a difference. Good morning, son. I love you. So not everything needs to be seen to be real. Quiet your mind and listen to the inner compass. Excuse me. Don't ask me why I just did that. Romare, can you give me some tissue? Because normally if I cover my mouth, I would do this, but I did this. So whatever that is, I don't even know what that means. All right, so quiet your mind and listen to your inner compass. The signs are subtle, but they're there. Perhaps in ways, thank you. Perhaps in the way someone smiles at you, and a number you keep seeing, or in a sudden breeze when you needed comfort. You're not lost. You're being guided. So the affirmation here is, I trust the unseen forces that walk with me. I am safe. I am guided. I am exactly where I need to be. Greg Romans, welcome. Thank you for being here. Excuse me, everyone. You already know what happens when I sat here, so it just is a thing. All right, so the path may twist and turn, but your soul knows the way. So, Earth School, what have you been seeing that is a sign, a surefire sign from the universe? It could be a name, it could be a number, it could be a message. It could be the same video, like a different video, but the same scenario popping up in multiple different ways. G-Force, hi, welcome, love you, thank you for being here. So the same scenario, like when I told you about the storm. The universe is telling me there's a storm a brewing, but you're going to be safe. You have to put things into action. So faith without works is dead. So you have to still do something. All right, so we have blind faith, but we still have to do something. There is still an action that has to be done. We have to care for ourselves. We have to nurture ourselves. We have to be very careful of what we consume. We have to be very careful of the energy that we put out. We have to be very mindful of the people, places, and things that we entertain and that we allow, to, be in our energy. The saying, birds of a feather flock together. And then, you get with a person, it could be a female, it could be a man, right? So for the females, a man would say, you hang out with a bunch of whores, right? You hang out with a bunch of bitches that are, materialistic, sloppy in behavior. Why do you hang out with them people? Mind you, this person thinks you're amazing, right? And the thing is, birds of a feather flock together. So the person is thinking, if you hang out with a bunch of hoes, either you still have that same energy, or sooner or later you're going to adapt that behavior from these people. And a person would say, no, I'm a leader, I have my own, whatever. But the image that is being given, if you hang out with, there's 5 or 6 hoes there and you are the 7th person, eventually that's what it's going to be. You hang out with, for the ladies, all your your husbands or male partner, all their friends are a certain type of way. And you're saying, why do you hang out with them? All they do is cheat on their wives, because you hear the stories, right? Because y'all know we be privy to some shit when you around some people, right? So you be privy to all the inside, shit that these people be doing. So sooner or later, you're going to have to start wondering. Now, if you hang out with a gang of niggas that fuck on their wives, are very manipulative, always lying, nigga, are you a bird of a feather? Because how is it that everybody else is, lying, cheating, stealing, but yet you are not? Not that a person has to be, but guess what? Their friend group would be more inclined to kind of push them into some shit. We go on vacation, they go on vacation together, and now all of a sudden, it looks like the cool thing to do. Like, why would an individual who is not that be that? So this morning, right, I happened to, one of the things that I saw, during my check-in with myself, but for 30 minutes I laid in a certain type of way, trying to, stretch, right? Stretch myself. And so that also led me to realize that in life we have to stretch ourselves. It's important. Because, stretching keeps your muscles, pliable and things of that nature, keeps the pain and all that stuff away, because you stretch it, makes it feel better. So that would also mean that in life we have to kind of extend ourselves or stretch ourselves, right? All right, so I happened to, after I got done with that and doing my check-ins and things of that nature, I got online, right? And the first person I see online, I told y'all, man, is very much becoming one of my favorite people, because I love the image this man puts out. Whether or not the man is that way, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I don't know him in real life. But the image that he puts out, I'm very much digging. So he was talking about, getting the men together to do, a group thing or whatever, right? And so I'm always notorious for if I cuss you out in real life, I have to always be mindful of also the energy that I put back. And so I don't know if anybody tells him, that they're proud of him. I don't know this man, but I'm proud of him. Because at least there's a man, at least there's a person that is putting out positive energy towards the men in the world, or towards even the women, because I'm watching. You see what I'm saying? So I'm watching the things that he's saying. And so to me it is like it may be cool, because this is what everybody says. It's cool for a man to be, all over the place, messing with multiple women, because that makes them a pimp, this, then, a third. But this particular individual is stating how, growth and elevation teaches you not to do that, because you're swapping energy with all of these people, and now there's feelings, there's emotions, there's all of this stuff that is now linked to your behavior. And there's an actual man saying it. Meanwhile, I'm watching, on the other side of town, it is just men being ungodly in so many different ways. Lying to women, thinking that it's funny. It's not a, private moment that can be had because, ooh, I gotta, troll the internet. It's weird. That's weird to me. So when there's positive images being put out, and this is just for anybody and everybody, if y'all see people doing great things, tell them. Because positive reinforcement, that's an energy that needs to be put out into the world even more, because it is almost like, what is that man's name? Because for some reason his mouth is just, but he made a freaking amazing point. Charleston White, I think. I never really, but dig a lot of things he says. But why am I doing that? When he tells the truth, when he tells the truth, I have to totally agree. And I wanted to post what he said, but I couldn't post what he said because it wouldn't allow me. But this man literally said, the community is messed up. He was talking about the black community. Community is messed up. And then he was saying, people don't like his delivery because his delivery is a little fucked up sometimes. Meanwhile, back at band camp, he made the best point, because what he said was, what gets glorified on the radio. He said he's taking his daughter to school and all he's hearing is booty hole, something, something, this, that, and the third. That's what gets played. Y'all like that delivery. Y'all like when people saying, murder, murder, kill, kill, yada, yada, yada. Y'all like that delivery because you party to that. The kids are listening to this shit. And meanwhile, it gets glorified to, get on the platform and show your ass. It gets glorified, or, but the delivery's fine because, ooh, we need to look at that. It gets glorified to run over, good people. Y'all like the delivery in that. It gets 1 million likes. It gets 1 million views. It gets shared all over the place. But ain't nobody sharing the positive shit. So he said, he made a very valid point when he said what he said. Like, this is what's being glorified, but meanwhile, or this is how they're delivering it. Y'all like that? Y'all like when it's, I don't even want to say it. But y'all like that delivery. So how are y'all going to say that y'all don't like the delivery that somebody, he said, and what he also pointed out was when he was going to Congress and, talking to the Congress people, when he was talking to, very positive influences, he said nobody pushed that. But the minute he started talking crazy, although he's still telling the truth, Charleston White's still telling the truth. So he may say some shit, but some things I just don't agree with. But, some things, when he talking right, he talking right. And he was talking right at that. Like, y'all mad at my delivery, but Sexy Red exists. Y'all mad at my delivery, but this is what's being said. I remember a time when you couldn't say certain things on the radio. But now it's everything. I remember a time, and mind you, the LGBT, y'all, I love y'all, right? But honestly, I don't think there's a lot of stuff that, is being shown on TV should be shown. Allow the kids to grow up the way that, but, people will say, oh, that's a positive love. Yeah, but no. Do what you want as a grown person. But how about we stop exposing the young people to so much stuff? Everybody likes that delivery though. They don't care what the kids get exposed to. Let's just go ahead and do, whatever it is. Mind you, they talk about us here in the US how we over sexualize the young people. Nobody's saying nothing about that. They hear, do, and it's okay. Nobody's saying nothing about that. Because I post positive posts with my photos, racy, the other women, and you will see what gets the most likes. So what you think I do? Now, it's right. Not always, but I get the message out. Period. I mean, I ain't judging. Everybody can do what they want to do. Because if I want to wear my ass out, cheeks out, we say guns out, buns out, do what you will. But it comes a point in time when, when they said, nobody likes a hoe, but y'all ain't realized that the hoes is winning. The hoes is winning because who's getting married? I remember a time like a couple years ago. That's what they were saying. This person that this is what sells. These are the people who, they push that. Well, I feel like everybody should do what they want. I'm not judging nobody's dress code because I was like, and I still am like the biggest advocate for allow people to be what they are. But also in the process of that, let's not overexpose, certain energies to stuff because, we all have our pathways. So not judging the pathway. Do what you will until you figure out where it is that you want to go. That's just the thing. So today's reminder is one your spirit already knows. Even your mind needs a minute to catch up. Life is not a straight line. It's more like a magical forest path. Curvy, mysterious, sometimes foggy, but filled with wonder if you're paying attention. Like, it's a lot that is happening. There's a lot going on. Within reason, of course, but that's what it takes now. And I was just talking about this, like being a good woman got me played the hardest because here I am single, struggling, and 41, but also, I mean, she said a mouthful there because, but this is also the thing. It's like everybody not being accountable for their own shit because I resonate with what she said. Being a good woman got her played the hardest. Mind you, at one point in time when I was younger, that right there fucked with my self-esteem for a hot second because I had to realize a man had to tell me that what my partner was going after wasn't my fault because in my mind, I'm thinking, what did I do? Like, what did I do? Because I'm this way, but the girls that he was trying to get was another way. Mind you, I ain't never had a self-esteem problem ever in my life. But because a person that I loved now chose a different type of girl than what I was home. I was doing, taking care of stuff. But that's not what he wanted. He wanted the bitch that was in the club. The bitch that was doing, but not my type of bitch. My type of bitch was boring. And then when I became like the worst of the worst and I started just saying, I'm going to do what I want. Do you know how, like, when I had bad behavior, it was like the best thing ever. Like we're training women to think that good behavior is not acceptable. That's what society is training people. And this is what I said. Every day I say it to, like, if I do everything good, and then you're doing whatever you want to do, and then all of a sudden I decide I'm done with that, and now you want this type of person, I go do what I want to do, and now all of a sudden I get rewarded for bad behavior more than I did for good behavior. Because of course I got the material things, but shit, when I started having bad behavior, I got rewarded like so much greater. I got bought cars. I got bought like all types of shit when I was acting bad. When I didn't give a fuck. When I said, These are the type of girls you like. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna see you, and then guess what? I'm gonna go home, and then I'm gonna go do whatever else I want to do. And you are now on the back burner. Like, do y'all realize that that is training a person to think that bad behavior is the way to go? But you know, when you grow, when I was a child, I thought as a child, and when I became older and I realized that I'm not going to compromise myself for what somebody else is doing, turned out to be so much better, because I'm not still going to compromise myself for whatever you do. You do that. You do that. Because my reward ain't going to come from you in the end. But at first I didn't know that. I was being rewarded for bad behavior. I was putting myself in situations that I wasn't even proud of, because of the fact that, you know, this was the lesson. But technically the lesson was mine, because you're not proud of yourself, sweetie pie. So why are you doing that? This is not the way you were raised. My favorite scripture from young all the way up is being a virtuous woman. Like, I may not get rewarded for that. I may not get, you know, the claps and the likes that I, you know, want for, you know, being a good person, or having morals and values, or not wanting to go suck this dick or that dick and that, you know, whatever, for not busting it open, you know, for not knowing how to twerk, for, you know, all the shit, all the ratchet shit. I don't know how to do that. So I might not get rewarded for that. But guess what? I get rewarded from myself. My heart feels so much better. I don't have to go and, you know, compromise myself for, you know, whatever these people think. But when you're young, you don't know that. There's nobody telling you that. All you see is Instagram looks like it's full of this. So what are we training? So life is not a straight line. It's more like a magical forest path. Curvy, mysterious, sometimes foggy, but filled with wonder if you're paying attention. You might trip, feel turned around, or even sit down mid-path, like, where am I? But your soul knows that inner light you were born with is always pointing north. It's always pointing in the right direction. Your soul knows. So my soul knew that I wasn't proud of myself doing some of the things that I was doing, all because of a person that I loved that wasn't giving me the attention that I wanted, because of the fact that, or the attention that I needed. Because I'm not just gonna say it was what I wanted, it was what I needed. I told y'all, we get put in the families, we get put in places, and maybe we don't get trained properly to be this, that, or the third. Meanwhile, I was in the kitchen with my grandma, learning how to cook macaroni and cheese. Somebody asked me, could I cook macaroni and cheese the other day? I learned the old school way. You put the cheese in a pot with the milk, the butter, and, you know, all different cheeses. You stir that up, and you keep stirring. Don't let the cheese burn. The macaroni noodle, like, but I can make macaroni and cheese 96 different ways. But my foundation, my core was, don't be this type of energy. Like, you don't be this. But also, I grew up seeing a whole lot of fights, a whole lot of this, a whole lot of, like, I saw a lot of stuff. Nobody ever realized that a child's brain can't compute how much shit is happening around them. But then you grow up, and either we exhibit some of the same behaviors that we saw, or we change course. Then the lessons for you and them. But the question, yeah, it took me some time for sure, even though they'll all come back now. I'm available. But you know what? And this is the other thing. Good morning, Sigil. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So when I was living a crazy life, things were all there. Everyone wanted to be my friend. Yes. Like, do you know the road is lonely when you're doing the right things? Nobody rewards that. Like, you'll be wondering, like, how come I had so much more money when I was being bad? But I also had a lot of money when I changed my ways, and I just decided that I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking, I'm not doing all this other stuff. I turned my life into, I'm a businesswoman, and I made more money than I've ever made in my life. But on that pathway, I had a guide, a guardian that showed me how, you know, although they was doing whatever the fuck they was doing too, so, but they knew that I needed certain types of things, and that's what that man gave me. Turned me into something that man told me. He said, I'm gonna make it hard for anybody to ever date you ever again. And he wasn't lying. That man opened doors. That man carried bags. That man showed me to get my own money, not wait on nobody else. That man showed me you like drinking, and it like he didn't drink. But it's one of those things. You know how the teacher, you know, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I was the student he was teaching me. And so it was just bad that once I excelled beyond the teacher and I started to realize that the teacher was full of shit. So the teacher was training me, grooming me in all the right ways. So I will always forever be grateful. But it wasn't so good after I was able to see, like, you know, in the teachings and in the learnings that this nigga is, you know, lying, cheating, stealing, and this, that, and the third. Kalonji, he still put a curse on you. I believe so. And the reason being is because I'm going to make it hard for nobody to ever talk to you. He wasn't lying. He did that because now my standards are so much better. Yesterday, I told somebody I was a little bit pissed off, right? Mind you, having an amazing day. But I went in the store, and the man behind the counter, you know, had something. He was like, I need to see your ID. And I said, I was getting ready to pull out my phone because my ID's on my phone. He says, no, I need to see your real ID. I go to the car to get my ID, right? I ain't said nothing. Just, you know, following directions, right? I told y'all, I listen real good. Go to the car to get my ID. Comes back, gives him my ID. He says, after the fact, the whole transaction is done, I'm about to walk the fuck off, right? He says, why you look so mean? I said, excuse me? Why do you look so mean? I said, I'm having an amazing day. And what, because now he's smiling with all his dumbass teeth, right? And so now I guess that must have been, you know, my cue. I'm supposed to smile, but I don't have to show you my teeth. I don't have to even give you my fucking energy. Who the fuck are you? Like, I just followed all the rules. But I don't have to talk to you, and I don't have to, you know, give you any type of... So mind you, somebody's on the phone listening to me, right? Mentor's on the phone. So I said, I don't know what I'm supposed to look like, but this is, you know, the normal way that I look. And so maybe that's a you thing. And I walks off, right? Because, bitch, fuck you. I don't got to smile for you. So anyway, Mentor is on the phone, and Mentor says, well, what was that? I said, I don't fucking know. Apparently he wanted me to smile at him, but I'm not giving that man no energy. Fuck him. And matter of fact, why the fuck is he even talking to me? Like, I have an issue with certain people talking to me, right? And y'all take it however you want to, because it's probably going to sound real fucked up, but I'm going to just say it anyway, because this is what I said. Certain people should automatically know not to talk to me. Why are you talking to me? So I said to Mentor, I said, see, this is why I moved away from where I used to live at. Because over there, I can't go outside no other type of way. Like everything, when I go back home, I have to be fully dressed, everything done, nails, hair, this, that, the third, yada, 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 right? Because I grew up there, my family's from there, everybody knows me from there. I'm expected to be a certain type of way. I just wanted to go outside and just, like, I just want to put on whatever I want to put on and be comfortable and not have to worry about whatever image that I said maybe I need to start getting dressed because clearly I must be giving the wrong fucking impression. Because why are you talking to me? Like, I bought what I bought. Now, nigga, you did your job, and now I'm going to just go on ahead and go. So why do certain people feel like you have to smile for them? Like, I ain't no fucking sideshow or no fucking puppet. Who the fuck you think I am? So Mentor says, that shows you can be trusted. I said, what does that mean? He said, because you're not just out here like, giving energy, showing your teeth, because I had a message, remember, a week ago, I said about the gaze, like looking down, and like your smile don't belong to everybody. Like, I'm a happy person, so I'm always smiling, right? So for a person to now try to force me to smile at them, for like, bitch, who the fuck are you? Like, me and you not even in the same fucking category, and I don't mistake the fact that I just came in this store. You're doing your job, so do your fucking job. And your job was to ask for my ID. I gave you my ID. But past that, I don't have to give you shit else. I gave you my ID, gave you my money. Now go on and get. Standing there looking like a fucking troll. Pissed me off all the way. But mind you, then I went back to having a good day. But in my mind, like, the audacity of some people. Because I don't got to smile for you. Like, my smile was not meant for you. Because clearly I didn't give it. Like, I'll be outside smiling all 32 teeth. They mine. I'm 49 years old and I still have all my teeth. So I be happy. I'm a happy ass bitch. I don't have to, give my smile to you. Like, bitch, go on and get. Anyway, so let's break it down. You may feel uncertain. That's okay. Uncertainty isn't a stop sign. It's an invitation to learn or to lean in and trust. Because what's happening here? Think about when you're driving in the fog. You may not see the whole road, but you still move forward with faith that your headlights are showing you the pathway, and maybe your playlist for comfort. So we adjust. So even though we may not see the pathway ahead, even though we don't know, what the universe is doing right now, because, it's dark out this bitch, or Pisces energy, we're always, deep, going deeper. I would get told, good job for not talking. It irks my nerves when he talks to me like I'm his pet. Yeah, see, this is the thing. It's almost like when I say relationships, even right now, right? I would love to be in a relationship, but also I would love to just figure out my own self. So let me figure out my own self first, right? Because I'm a giver. I'm going to do all the things that are necessary for you to be comfortable as a man, as my partner. I'm going to make sure that you are well taken care of, right? But you don't have to tell me what to do. It's this thing right now with men out into, or some men out into the world, they basically want to say women should act like this, women should look like this. But meanwhile, guess what is going to happen when they go cheat on your ass? It's going to be with a bitch that they said they didn't like nothing about them. They're going to go, or the female, be this or be that. Meanwhile, when they go, they can have a man that will take care of everything, all the bills, buy them stuff, be very attentive. You know what these hoes will go cheat with? Somebody that ain't got shit. And you be like, how did you lose the man with the big house, with he bought you the car, he did this, and you went and cheated with. Bye, I love you, have a wonderful day. So I don't know what is happening in the minds of the folks and the people, but it seems like to me like the biggest trap. They want to present the image of this. This is, what I bring to the table, or this is what, I have on my arm candy, or this is, this man will do anything and everything for me. But why did you go fuck him over for somebody else? And this is where the problem starts, because now the man that just bought the house, he bought her the car, he bought her the whole new wardrobe, he took in kids that wasn't his, he basically treated this hoe like a motherfucking queen, and then all of a sudden she done been out, tricking on the sidelines on the weekends with Joe Schmo that ain't gonna do nothing, can't do nothing, ain't got nothing. He live at his mama house, and now this man is now tainted because of the fact that I put my all into somebody that didn't deserve it. So now I'm gonna be, the other side of that, because good guys finish last. So now I'm gonna go out here and now I'm gonna go fuck with a good girl and fuck her over because this bitch just did. Like, it's a continuous cycle. And this is why I admire when a man can say, we shouldn't be doing that. Like, everybody's not the same. I may have just gotten my heart broken. I may have just gotten, whatever it was in that situation with my last marriage or whatever. But it doesn't stop me from wanting to love on a person and still treat a person like I was cooking fucking 3 meals a day. Like, bitch, I don't even fucking cook that much. Like, nobody eats that much. And so now I'm to the point where if I don't feel like eating, guess what? I don't gotta cook because I don't gotta eat because I don't got nobody. But if I got a man, guess what I gotta do? I gotta take care of that man. Like, if you eat 3 times a day, I'm gonna make sure you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you eat 1 time a day, I'm gonna make sure you get the best motherfucking dinner that you need. If whatever it is that you need me to do, if you need me to put your socks on in the morning, I'm not even offended by that, because nigga, you might not, you might want me to put your socks on. I'm not offended by that. You see what I'm saying? So I know what type of energy. Hi, Dark Bunny. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I know what type of energy I'm going to give. Like, I used to have the man that taught me, the one that said, I'm going to make sure it's hard. This man used to tie my shoes. This man, anytime anything needed to be done that he didn't want to do, guess what he would say? Here go the money. Call whoever you can get that done, and here go the money. This man would call my kids and tell my son to go buy me. I like edible arrangements, right? This man would call my son, and then I would be in here minding my own business, and guess what? I'm all sweaty. My son would show up, and edible arrangement brought to the door. Like, he took time to kind of, and like the person said, it may be a curse, because now, I might be in my mind thinking, but I can do things for myself. I can do things for myself. This man didn't give me bags and, just here goes the purse. No, when the man gave me bags, it had money in the bag. Like, what's the point giving a bitch a bag and you ain't gave her no money in the bag? This man, like, did things. But like I said, he had a whole nother set of problems. He liked prostitutes. He liked fucking, just overspending. Like, because the man could make it rain money. Like, this man could make it rain money. But money, I learned, ain't everything. Like, that's when I started to learn, like, people work so hard for, money. Money is everything, but money ain't everything. Because there were certain things that a person could train me, teach me, groom me, this, that, and the third, but money meant nothing to him. So then now imagine being with somebody that money means nothing to them. So, for most guys, if I give you my money, that means I love you. Imagine a person that money means nothing to them. Mind you, this man walked around like a whole hobo. You would have never in a million years thought that this man had this much money. The gifts came with a price. But when a person don't value certain things, it's like when a person who will go and buy you something or just will give you money, right? They'll just give you money. But they never take their time to go buy you a specific gift, right? Like, to me, the fact that you took your time to go be very specific about the gift would, I mean, I'm gonna like it either way, so don't get it fucked up. But I do make note of when, some people just throw money at situations. And this person had the ability, but mind you, the thing that he was showing me, which was the thing that I love, it was like, you can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you want. Yes, Dark Bunny said it wasn't personal enough. This man, like, when I wanted my yard cleared out, how much do it cost? Okay, I'll go get that amount of money. When you want this, like, how much does it cost? And so I love that. But then I started to see that money was being thrown around in so many different places. But he taught me core values of, like, his work ethic. Like, can't nobody hold him. I ain't never met a man who had that type of work ethic, ever. That man's work ethic was off the charts. But, that was his thing. Like I can have this person over here, this person over here, this person over here. I can always be at work, and I can always use work as, I can't come, I can't show up at, certain things, but when it mattered, they would always be there. That's the other thing. So it's kind of strange. Like this person they've been doing it for a long time. Okay, so just so you know, this person had perfected. I may not be there on a daily basis, but when it matters, I'm gonna be there. When you need me, I'm gonna be there. Mind you, when this person was in this house, I didn't cook shit. That man was cooking and could cook. And I mean, really could cook. Bake cakes and things from scratch. But the first thing is when the person would come home, guess what? They wouldn't have to cook shit because I would always make sure their food was cooked. Because when you come in off the road for a long period of time, I would always make sure that their food is done, bath waters ran, everything. But by the time that person got in here and after they, did their whole little rest thing, that person didn't make me do anything. Nothing. I would wash their clothes. Mind you, I hate washing. But mind you, I had no problem with washing this person's clothes because of the fact that, let me go ahead and pack your ass up. And then they right back on. Mind you, I might not see this man for 3-4 months. Like, I kid you not. It's like I'm hearing my own story. That's crazy. I mean, that's the way it was. But I tell you what, anytime I went to the fucking bank, Mac machine store, anything, wherever I wanted to fucking go, if I chose to say, I want to go to Timbuktu today, that nigga's going to say, how much do it cost and when you going? Best life ever. But also worst life ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It comes with certain things. And, then I got cursed. Because now it's like, what is somebody going to do with me? They can't do nothing with me. He was not wrong. He made sure that was a thing. But I've also had a person say, I'm going to make sure that you don't need nobody on earth, including me. And then the man got mad after I needed nobody on earth, including them. So I done had 2 niggas put curses on me because this is what another nigga said. And then after that, the nigga tried to take everything that I owned and everything else. Both of them. Because, when people try to give, they also try to take away. Excuse me. But meanwhile, back at band camp, people be forgetting. The magic belongs to me. Because even though this person had outstanding work ethic, when I came along, it went up. Like everything they do, I increase. Because I make it good. To me, it's a good thing, but I feel alone at the same time. I didn't feel alone. And the person didn't have to worry about me going outside in the street and this and the third. Like, the man wouldn't be home for forever and a day. Never had no reason to go outside and cheat. Because for what? Like, what you going to do? There's nothing you can do for me. Mind you, even at my house to this day, my house is designed for me not to want to go no fucking where. This is where I feel the most peaceful at. And so, again, it could be like also another little trap. But either way, here we are. So, not everything needs to be seen to be real. All right. Then it says, quiet your mind and listen. Your inner compass speaks softly. Your inner compass speaks softly. Ever had a gut feeling not to go somewhere or to call someone and it was spot on? Like, you just had the intuition, like something just is not right. Something happened to such and such. It's just something. I'm cool until I get what's really aligned for me. So it's okay to just be. It is okay just to be. And that's the part, like people like us, Athena, when we get to that phase, it's almost like they just said, a blessing and a curse. Because we're not just going to accept anybody so easily to come in and fucking disturb my peace. That was also my issue in the last situation because I had already went through that relationship, the one that I just was talking about, and then I got married, and this nigga came to disturb my peace. Like this person didn't realize I wasn't nothing like what he knew because he remembers me from me being younger. Mind you, this other person has now molded and changed my whole entire outlook on love, life, and relationships. And I felt like, because me and him had, old school, whatever. I thought that it would be better, but I was way too much different from him because, again, this person was still stuck on drinking, smoking, and fucking. Like, that was their whole thing. Like, where the fuck is the money gonna be made at? Like, you know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm a business person. What the fuck? Where are we gonna have money at? So my whole focus was trying to make sure things was better. This person's whole focus was trying to just take all my shit, my peace. Like, that was the most important thing they try to take. From the very first moment, it was corrupting my peace. Like, you want to argue. You want to argue. I can't argue with you. Like, I don't want to fucking argue with you. Like, you supposed to make me happy. Like, when you get with a person, everything is aligned. Like, literally, everything just starts to go right. This is why, as of now, like, get somebody else to do it. Y'all gonna have to get somebody else to do it because, you know, and then when I said the universe, you know, send me what I need, and mind you, the universe may very well be sending me what I need. I don't like it. So at this point, like, you know, and I be seeing stuff that I like, but, you know, they ain't nowhere near me. You know what I'm saying? But what I like may not be good for me. And what's good for me, I may not like. So can the universe send me both things, what I need and what I like at the same damn time? Don't send nobody to corrupt my damn peace, because I'm going to have to go on and get. It's like a wild river rafting, sometimes calm, sometimes extreme, but I can come across a man once who told me I never date the same kind again, and I haven't since. I mean, but my energy, and it's weird because the person that, you know, that I said the grooming, I ended up being with them because I was thinking they was nothing like nobody else that I had ever dated. Like, looks, I told you the man looked homeless. Like, you know what I'm saying, period. But mind you, same energy, and I swear this nigga was worse. I swear the reason why, like, it was like a whole scheme. This man, he made his demeanor look innocent or non-threatening. But I tell you what, Athena, this motherfucker is worse. He was worse than everybody else. But mind you, his appearance was non-threatening, demeanor non-threatening. Will pray like, oh my God. If I call this man and said pray, this man would pray like, you know, Jesus came to earth himself and was standing here in the middle of, you know, the rapture and was praying. Like, this man could pray. Mind you, representative, because this nigga was on a whole nother level of criminal. And I mean a whole nother level of criminal. Mind you, to the tune of, I had to, you know what I'm saying, like, really tell God, like, I need out of this relationship. I literally told God I need out of this relationship because once the feds showed up, it was too much for me. Like, that shit. But nobody would look at this man and say, this man is that. Either way, you know, God released me, unhandeth me, please and thank you, because it's a no. Like, I came too far to have to go to the feds right now. Like, dude, I ain't even thinking about no criminal shit, and you mean to tell me you out here in these streets just being all ungodly, knowing you can pray like I'm trying to tell y'all. Sometimes people show up and their whole demeanor is so much different than what they are. But I told y'all before, I live in the light and sleep on the dark side. So I should have known better. Like, I should have known that any type of attraction, this nigga is, you know, that. Because I like that energy. It's, you know, the gift and the curse. I'm going to just say that. But I'll be being honest. But it taught me I was shortchanging myself. Then got mad when I wouldn't let him do it either. But God bless, because I needed him at that time. And that's the thing. God will send us what we needed at the time. And mind you, I told y'all before, like, all I got to do is tell God, tell the universe, this is what I want. This is what I need. So if I want a person to show up, they will show up. So we got to be mindful of what we said. So you're being repositioned for something greater. The path feels unclear, but your soul knows the way. So you may have wanted to be, you know, with somebody, around a place, around this, that, and the third. Plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Meanwhile, none of the plans may go, you know, the way that we wish for it to, but we still, you know, follow through. We still do the things that are necessary. We still live our lives with purpose. We still have to have good morals, good values. That's real. Like, and be mindful, be very firm in them, because like when I be telling y'all I stand 10 toes, it's certain things that I'm just not doing. And so again, when certain people started to come around, certain things started to happen, I told the universe, cut me loose right here, right now, because I don't want to be a part of that. Mind you, it just so happened that the feds automatically knew that I had nothing to do with it, because whatever had been going on, had nothing to do with me. But what if I had gotten a little too deep? Mind you, I have been with this person 8 years. 8 years. And so because they wasn't, we had our little ups and downs, this, that, and the third, yada, 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 they automatically knew that I had nothing to do with whatever he had done. But also in the process of that, one of my trailers from my company got confiscated in the process. And so they gave it back to me easily because, again, they had already been watching the moves and this, that, and the third. They knew that whenever the person showed up here, it was all on family life and this, that, and the third. We did vacations, we did this, that, and the third. So they knew I had nothing to do with whatever that was. But suppose somebody wanted to be a dickhead. You see what I'm saying? I could have lost so much in the process of that whole entire thing. Meanwhile, long story short, on the next one, the next relationship I had got into, one night I had a dream. And the feds came into my house. Mind you, if you have watched my channel, you already know I got my whole entire kitchen remodeled after I got here, right? And so in my dream, the feds kicked in my door and came in my house. And mind you, they didn't just do a regular search of my place. They snatched my brand new cabinets off the walls. They literally tore my house the fuck up, right? So I wake up and I tell that person, I said, I just had the craziest dream, right? Mind y'all, with your unconscious mind, subconscious mind, telling you ahead of time, some shit ain't right, right? I wake up, I tell the person about the dream. Do you know this nigga laughed and said, oh, I know what that's about. Well, tell me. Because what the fuck? But guess what? In the response, nobody got to tell me nothing. Now I'm getting ready to have to start making my speedy exit away from your ass too, because clearly my brain is telling me something that is happening that I don't know that's happening, but they're warning me ahead of time. Now, suppose I had to just woke up and I never even said anything about the dream. So just said, LOL, yes, a damn wolf, the darn wolf, yes. But this is the connections that we be making, and also the universe be warning us ahead of time and letting us know this person ain't in alignment with your shit. This person is not in alignment with your shit. Meanwhile, also, when I have to go to court, when we now are going to battle this and the third, I got to say to the court and the judge, this person is mad because I wouldn't let them use my company to do their shit, because literally this is what started to, kind of play out. You mean to tell me you think I've been in business for 10 years to let your little illegal stupid ass come the fuck all the way over here and start trying to now get me to do some illegal shit? You automatically know a person don't love you when they instantly try to now introduce your structured life to some illegal shit. But I was in love. And so, do you know the hardest thing to ever do in life is to make a decision that love and, whatever it is that you're going through, you have to now walk away because this person, this situation is not in alignment with your life. Because your life is not that. Don't let nobody bring you back down to levels you've already leveled up from. A lot of y'all have already gone through spiritual this, that, the third, yada, 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 whatever the hell it is. And then people will show up and they will instantly try to insert you into their bullshit that's not in alignment with your life. And it may be hard for you to say, damn, I love a person, but I gotta love me first. damn, I can't let these people drag me into a whole bunch of gossip, a whole bunch of lying, a whole bunch of this, and it could not even be anything that's dangerous that's gonna put your ass in jail or in, whatever. It could just be some shit that basically spiritually your soul, your intuition is not in alignment with. When I would speak on about the wrong things I dreamt about, he says dreams mean nothing and you base life on weird crap like dreams, but I believe my dreams are real messages. Girl, get away from that person, because if a person don't know that your dreams hold like keys to life, damn sure in alignment with you, and that person will drag you to hell with gasoline drawers on. Like, I'm not opposed to a man leading, but you better be a good leader. Cause bitch, I'm going damn sure correct your ass GPS style when you start thinking that you're gonna drag me in an area or like, I can love you, but I'm gonna love you from over here, from the safety of this island. Cause bitch, that island that you on, I can clearly see is about to sink into the ocean. But how many of us really actually do stuff like that? We'll know ahead of time, and then you'd be like, "Fuck! I should have known that. I should have got away from that person. Everything was telling me to get away from that person, but meanwhile, you still let that person drag you somewhere that you knew you didn't want to be along for the ride on." I saw something the other day. One of the reels popped up, and then it was like a cartoon, and it showed two dudes, and one of the dudes was telling the other guy, he said, wake up, we in hell, right? And he said, man, what you mean we in hell? I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go with you. Nah, we went to go do this job on this dude, and he blasted him. Meanwhile, now, this one other individual is saying that I didn't even want to go. You brought me there, like, nigga, jump out the car. Like, whatever you got to do in order to save your own ass, like, figure it out. But ain't no way I would want to wake up, I'm dead, because I let a person lead me to my demise because, we cool, I loved you, you're my, cousin, my sister, my brother, but meanwhile, now we in hell. Because I didn't, my spirit, everything in me told me not to do that. And, and I mean, it could be something less than that. But can you imagine that if your death is now caused by something that you literally knew you should not have done? The universe told you not to do that. The signs are subtle, but they're there. You think of someone the next day, you think of someone, and then they text. You keep seeing 111, that's my number, or 219, that's my number, that's my birthday. Shout out to those angel number folks, because literally I keep seeing it. Something is happening. A song comes on with the exact message you needed. These are cosmic winks. You're not alone. Because we all have our own numbers. Somebody could be seeing 222. Somebody could be seeing 333. Somebody could be seeing 56. Like, whatever the number is, you keep seeing it. 17. 17 is here. That keeps being a number. It keeps being a thing. It's my ex. Every time I see it, this nigga circling like a troll. Relatable things that you automatically see. It could not be something so mysterious or mystical. It could be a book. It could be anything. Something that relates to you. So when you trust, you didn't know how the year would go out, but you followed your passion, and it led to new opportunities. Like at the beginning of the year, soon as springtime hit, whatever it is, you already set your intentions. You know that this year I'm going to be, hey, Miss Kelly, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm going to set my intentions for this year. And this year I'm going to make sure that, I change my eating habits. I'm going to do this, that, and the third. My brother called me last night and we was talking about the food. Even he's saying the same thing. I don't want to eat. Something is wrong with me right now in food. I'm so sick and tired of the food just ain't good, y'all. Like, something is happening. I don't like it. And then he said the same thing. Either something wrong with the bodies or something wrong with the food. Something's clearly wrong with the fucking food. I don't want to eat. I'm tired of eating. I'm tired of whatever the fuck is happening with the food. And, y'all, we have to get off here because y'all charging get ready to hang up on y'all. So, that means I'm going to get. Anyway, yeah, so something's wrong with the food. When you doubt, you ignored your intuition and took a job, relationship, something that you knew that felt off, and then you were like, I fucking knew it. I knew I shouldn't have did that. So the point of this whole entire thing is you're being repositioned for something greater. The path feels unclear, but your soul knows the way. That means that where you are right now may feel a little bit uncomfortable because this is not what you deem to be the thing. But you're right where you're supposed to be. Whatever's happening is meant to happen. Random is not so random. There is no coincidences. Things are the way they're supposed to be. So the affirmation, I trust the unseen forces that walk with me. I am safe. I am guided. I'm exactly where I need to be. So use that. All right. So the question that's up there, it says, how do I know if I'm on the right path if I feel stuck? Being stuck doesn't mean off track at all. Sometimes you're being asked to pause because something better is aligning. Like this may not, this may have been a thing, there, but you have learned so much. So now something better, something greater, something more, you're now in alignment with. And that's okay. People, places, and things. You may have wanted to be with this person, that person, yada, yada, yada. That's not the alignment for you. Something better. The universe, that might have been good, but the universe got something better. Something, more in line. I told y'all about the incident with my house. I wanted a house. That fell through. I ended up in a hotel. Me and 4 kids. My daughter, well, 3 of my kids and my grandbaby. But anyway, long story short, the universe ended up showing up another house way better than the house that, I even wanted at the time. So I may have felt sad, whatever, because I didn't get the house, ended up in a hotel, had to take a whole nother, 6 months, yada, yada, yada. But the point of it is when I received what I was supposed to have at the time, like I couldn't, like I dreamt about living in a house like this. I manifested a house like this as a child, but did I ever even remember or think about it? Not until I hit that corner. I would have been happy and content with the house that I had, but the universe said, no, I got something better for you. This is your placement. Lo and behold, also one of the things I love about my house, that it keeps me protected. My house is on a slab of concrete, a slab of stone. Keeps me protected. So there's so much more amenities spiritually that came with this house. Mind you, who would have thought? Who would have known? So 71% are saying yes. So this poll question, do you believe your soul chose this life path on purpose? Even the weird twists and turns. 71% people said yes. So how can you be an effective architect? This probably gonna hang up, but I'm gonna try to hurry up, go through it, because it's okay for us to say that we're being repositioned for something greater. The path feels unclear, but our soul knows the way. So allowing, walking out in faith, right? But also being very proactive and purposeful in our life, right? So how can I be an effective architect right now, spiritually and practically, right? So design from the inside out. You can't just draw blueprints based on old paradigms. You have to go inward first. What's the soul of what you're creating? What's the feel of what you want to hold? Like, sometimes we know what we want to have, but have you ever decided on how you want it to feel? Like, your house. Houses can be, many things. It could be cold. It could be, how they say a house is not a home, whatever. Your house can feel warm. Your house can feel inviting. Your house could feel like, I don't ever want to go there ever again. You see what I'm saying? How do you want this thing to feel? Dark, yes. As y'all see, like, I don't got nary light on, but it's light. Mind you, that camera, I don't know what's up with that anyway, but either way, go to Twitch. It's light. So you go inward first. What's the soul of what you're creating? What's the feeling of what you want to hold? So spiritual tip here: meditate on the energy of your idea before the plan is formed. So what do you want? What's the vibration? What's the frequency? Like, I love the frequency of where I am. Like, if I open the windows, it sound like, birds chirping and just magical. And we getting back to the garden thing, because in the summertime normally I put the cameras out there and y'all can watch the garden and the birds all day long, and I could be doing whatever I'm doing. So if you're designing a community center, ask, what energy do I want people to feel when they walk in? Like, what do you want people to feel when they show up to your location? Then let that guide the materials, the light, the flow, and the color. So it's more about adding. So okay, you may want this. Like, what do you want somebody may need a car. Like, what do you want that to convey? Colors. Yesterday I didn't do much. I ended up coming in because I kept seeing it was red, 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 red. Everything was fucking red. I got boxed in by 3 big red freight trucks. Then it was red this, red that, red, red, red. And I just decided that at 12:30, I was going to come in here. And all of a sudden, how many of y'all went into cleaning yesterday? Like, got a lot of cleaning done. I literally came in here and I swear I started scrubbing walls, hands, like baseboards and all types of shit. But something about it, the energy yesterday just was come in the house and just do whatever, get the cleaning done. Then later on, I ended up going back outside, but for the most part, I was in my own energy yesterday, just chilling. But the outside, it was definitely saying, you don't need to be out here. Take your ass in the house. So I went in the house. So honor the invisible structure. The most powerful structures like beliefs, emotions, and purpose are invisible. Just like a building needs a foundation. You don't see your ideas. Your ideas need soul alignment. You can't fake it. Like, what do you want the experience? Like, if a person comes to your house, a person comes to your business, a person, whatever the hell it is, what do you want them to feel? Affirm. I honor the unseen. I honor the unseen forces that shape what I build. I honor the unseen forces that shape what I build. Tool. Use sacred geometry, intention settings, and nature's pattern as subtle blueprints. Stay adaptable. The energy on earth is shifting constantly. That means that what worked last year might not work this year. You have to stay fluid. Pisces, you're able to do that. Like a tree with strong roots but flexible branches. Yesterday, the past couple days, it's been windy as fuck. Today, it don't look so windy. But whatever was happening in the universe, I told my son, it feel like a flying disc, okay? Because it was so windy, but then it was warm along with that. So it was kind of strange. Anyway, I just happened to notice. Ask yourself, what needs to be involved in my design, life, project to meet today's energy, not yesterday's energy? Because, sometimes we got to update the plan. And like I said, if I'm planning my life out 5 years in advance, what I liked 5 years ago might not be what I like now. So as we're going, it's okay to readjust, rewrite, redo. Because it might have been good for then, but it might not be good for now. And I don't know why, but I got concrete in my system. Like, literally, and that's foundations. So literally, I want to build, since I was restructuring the garden, I want to build like platforms. Don't ask me what this is for, but I'm going to go get concrete and we're going to figure out what we about to pour. But I'm about to do some shit with concrete because I can't let it go. It's like stuck in me. So stay adaptable. And mind you, I've been looking at garden fire pits and places. I gotta go tear down my fire pit right now because that shit is, so I'm rearranging and restructuring everything. So stay adaptable. I love where my fire pit is, but I don't know if I'm all right, hopefully I got y'all back. All right, so I was saying that my fire pit is huge, but hopefully, and mind you, it's a little bit pushed up because I had to put a charger in on it. So I'm thinking about expanding it. Anyway, so building harmony with Earth's vibration, we're moving from extraction to co-creation. The new Earth architect thinks about resonance, not just resources. Use materials that are alive. Wood, stone, clay, light plants, create spaces or experiences that heal people even subtly, like, you know, when they come around, like the energy is just healing. um Honor natural cycles and sacred directions, north, south, east, west. So it's like, what is it, feng shui, in your process. Lead with frequency, not force. You don't have to hustle your way into effectiveness. You need to align with what's already true. Ask, what's already happening in the collective that I can amplify or support with my work? Build with intention, clarity, and trust. And others will feel it without you shouting. You don't have to, you know, like, it's going to be automatically built into the platform. So that's the message. Hopefully it helps. Thank you guys for coming towards my channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and go with God. We was almost there before it, you know, disconnected, but either way.